Hello and welcome to another episode of SoFly. My name is
An
Mitch.
action-packed episode of SoFly.
Wow.
I hijacked that from you because your intros have been crazy lately.
Thank you. They've been jacked up, if you will.
Yeah, you're jacked up.
Well, it's the morning and I'm having coffee. I've already had a coffee. I'm on to number 2. I'm off today. It's Thursday when we're recording this. I took the day off.
That's awesome. What are you going to do?
I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to go to get my fish finder from Steph's cottage because I forgot it there and I want to go ice fishing. But I don't want to fish acoustic. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I feel naked fishing without my. I don't have a live scope. I just have the Garmin Striker 4, and I feel naked fishing without it because I sort of with ice fishing, you're just sitting there looking at the hole.
Sponsored ad, but not actually.
Oh my god, that'd be sick. Garmin, get at us. Would love that.
I would love an inReach. So if Garmin's listening, that'd be great.
I mean, I'd love a live scope. Everybody else is doing it, you know. At first, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Now I'm like, I want to do that. I want one of those.
You're a scoper, bro. Scope it out. Scope out the situation.
Especially for ice fishing, because it's sort of just like, just
and
there,
musky.
you know. Oh yeah, for real.
Every muskangler's like, boo.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of hijacked that. Your name is Mitch, and my name's Aldo.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. We got another show here for you today. An interesting episode because it's cold. It's winter here in Canada, so we decided to go someplace warm and change seasons altogether. It's summer down there in Australia. Down under, mate. So that's where we're going today. To do a show on MURRAY cod, which is kind of unique. It's a fish that I've seen off and on for years, always been interested in because it's a beastly Goliath of a fish. Specifically, I had a fellow named Andrew on who is a guide down there. And I found his Instagram page because he posted some pretty nuclear MURRAY cod. So we just messaged him to see if he could tell us a little bit more about those fish. But I reckon this won't be the first and last and only MURRAY cod episode we do because I think we got to go fishing for them.
I mean, doing a big
trip to Australia.
Down under trip one day. Could you imagine Australia like New Zealand? I mean, if you're there, we might as well just go to New Zealand too, you know?
Dude, it'd
be
a
big
sick
flight for me and you.
Be so sick.
They're
so
crazy
cool looking. So anyways, today's episode's about MURRAY cod, and we're going to be...
The formidable MURRAY cod.
Oh, yeah. We'll be chit-chatting about them and a little intro, a little teaser, a little foray into the world of the MURRAY. But I have a pretty good Australian accent, I think. No?
Sure.
You don't think I got a good one? Mate.
Just turn into English person.
I'm terrible with accents. I'm bad at it. I'm sorry, Andrew, if you're listening.
You're like, I have a pretty good Australian accent. It's me, Mario. You know, Australian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, well, here we go. We've got some community updates. You want to just talk about? Is there anything cool coming up?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. It's of course, this episode comes out February 1st, so keep that in mind. And we always mention things happening in Ontario because we're from Ontario. But do you have an event happening? Doesn't have to be in Ontario. Email us at info@sofly.ca and we'll mention it on the show. I think if listeners of the show heard at the top of the show, there's a new ad out there, and that's because this year SoFly is going to be sponsored or brought to you by, or whatever the hell you want to talk about, but Hook A, our pals at Hook A.
Yay! We're
going to be working with them all year long, which is really exciting. So
it's keeping SoFly going.
Yeah, exactly. We've been working with them for a long time, off and on.
I think events. The ad's actually mid-roll, so you'll hear it after this, but yeah.
Oh, shit, my bad. And then... well, you're going to hear an ad about Hook A, and that's because we're working with them all year.
Yeah, thanks for the support, Hook A. We really do love you. And obviously, Hook A makes awesome gear. Clothing's wicked.
Great Canadian brand and, great content output as well. TV shows, movies, documentaries. Like, it's a lot. It's pretty amazing how much work they've output in.
Oh my God.
They've been around a little longer than us, obviously, but and the clothes are great. I mean, I'm wearing them right now.
I remember following Hook A when they first started. It was pretty cool. Like they're amazing. Fred's the team's done an amazing job of building the whole brand and all the adventures and everything else. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see some of the sweet threads we got on, some of the duds.
So yeah, we'll be working with them more.
Is duds a nickname for clothing?
Yeah.
But it seems bad, duds, when I said it there. I'll tell you right now, these duds are anything but a dud.
Okay. And that's why he works in advertising, ladies and gentlemen.
these duds be fi.
Okay, so off the top, February 11th is our event with Affinity Fish. Of course, it's called Sake and Scissors. This is our 4th year doing it, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
This is a drop-in event. You don't have to reserve anything. It's here in Toronto on Dundas Street West at Affinity Fish, which is a sustainable fishmonger owned by our friends Matt and John.
Is this the 3rd year we've done Sake and Sizz?
I thought it was their 4th.
Oh, wow. It's the 4th year for doing Sake and Sizz. That's wild.
Yeah, and it's a drop-in. It's a chill social, but that doesn't mean there isn't fly fishing stuff. We do some fly tying, like a drop-in fly tying demos. But it's really a night where people can come together, eat some great food, have some great drinks. Muskoka Brewery is going to be supplying the suds and the non-alcoholic suds too. And John and Matt always make a really great food menu with like fried fish sandwiches and it's kind of like the first time everybody gets back together and starts getting stoked for the season, Yeah,
everybody's just talking fishing, and you might even meet a new fishing buddy there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's cool about those events, And
of course, we're going to have a raffle, and the raffle is going to go to benefit BGOW's Community Fund, which honestly helps fund our fly fishing day with BGOW. The money raised goes to transport for guests, rental equipment, lunch, and all that good stuff to get some folks on the water in the summer, awesome. Which is great.
Yeah, rocks.
The other big thing happening, big thing, huge, massive thing.
The emergence.
Well, there's that, but we're part of the Palm Festival. Pêche à la Mouche Festival.
Heck yeah.
So that's a fly fishing film festival, started in Quebec, but now it's spreading its wings across the country. In Quebec, you'll know it as the Palm Film Festival. Outside of Quebec, it'll be this part of the Scale of Change tour, which debuted last year. And our movie's in it that we made with Junior and David.
Oh yeah.
And it's way too much to explain here, but we'll put a link to the show notes, and that'll kick you to the official Palm page, which will have all of the dates, because there's 40 plus dates across Canada, and you can buy tickets because it might be coming to a town near you. It's coming to Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City, Halifax, Whitehorse, all over Quebec, like in Rimouski, and
you gotta go see it, baby.
Laval and stuff like that. So yeah,
go to the Palm.
And our pals Kate and Scott Sheeran also have a movie in it, and I'm sure there's amazing movies. I just know Kate and Scott, so you know what I'm saying.
Love them. The Palm will be a bomb, so go get your ticks today. Emergence is the next one, right?
Oh yeah, the Emergence,
which everybody's talking about online, so it's like nothing new. I mean, it's a big fly tying event coming up. You're gonna want to be there.
Rob's had this idea in his head for a while to do a big fly tying symposium, and they're calling it a fly tying bench bash. So on March 1st at Left Field Brewery in Liberty Village here in Toronto, Drift is hosting a whack load of fly tyers, professional fly tyers, professional guides, people who tie professionally for fly tying companies like Fulling Mill. Again, it's a lot to explain, so we'll just put the link to the show notes. But on the same day in the same place is the IF4 screening, which is almost sold out, I think. So basically, you can go to both of these things because they're in the same day. The Emergence happens first, and then the IF4 screening. But it's all at Left Field Brewery. So if you wanted to have one big action-packed fly fishing kind of day, you can go to the Emergence and then the IF4, all hosted by Drift at Left Field Brewery. I'm going to be there.
Yeah, that's going to be a great event. My gosh.
And I love that Left Field Brewery location.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There are not many historical buildings left in Toronto, and like that old, brick and post warehouse factory that they're in.
Very Toronto coded.
Yeah. Anything going on in Ottawa?
Yeah, new fly fisher. Love the new fly fisher in Ottawa. I just made
R.I.P. Colin.
Ottawa Fly Fisher Society has got a couple things going on in February. Beginner fly tying February 3rd. February 10th, there's some rod building with John French.
What?
That sounds
Are you going to
cool.
go? That's fun.
That sounds super cool. I might. I'm not a member of the Ottawa Fly Fisher Society, though. I should probably join it, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you probably should. And you were talking about building a fly rod.
I am. I would like to rebuild my 3-weight this year.
Well, that sounds like a good excuse, bro.
And also get everybody on Instagram to help me crowdsource the parts. Stay tuned for that. And general fly tying on February 17th. So there's a bunch of stuff going on in the Ottawa Fly Fish Society. It's pretty cool. If you're in Ottawa, check them out. Okay, should we jump into it and then chat about just some stuff going on in our life?
Let's go to
Australia,
to the Southern Hemisphere.
Let's go catch a Murray cod.
Andrew Colston.
Right after these words. Today we're headed to Northeast Victoria, Australia, into Murray cod country with fly fishing guide Andrew Colston. Andrew grew up fishing the rivers around Wangaratta, Australia, mowing lawns at 10 years old to buy his first rod, teaching himself to cast in the yard, and chasing whatever swam, European carp, English perch, yet he often found himself in the shadow of the great Murray cod, Australia's largest exclusively freshwater fish, a truly dominant predator. Andrew's serious about chasing Murray cod on the fly. We found him on Instagram, his feed just peppered with countless gigantic Murray cod photos. We had to hear more about this epic fish. So yes, today is all about the Murray cod. Let's give them a time to shine and learn about them, where they live, how they hunt, why they matter, and what it means to dedicate yourself to a fish that's as much myth as muscle. Andrew, welcome to SoFly. I hope I said Wangaratta properly.
Hey, mate, you said it. Thanks for having me. You said it a lot better than most other people, I tell you right
now. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, man. Whereabouts are you calling in from?
So I'm actually in my little fishing room in Wangaratta. Yeah, so this is, if you see in the background, this is my spare room. It's where I put all my fishing gear because, as you know, being a crazy fisherman, all fishermen have to have their own section of the house that's just full of fishing gear.
100%. Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, like Murray cod all my life, been chasing these magnificent fish. It's not a huge thing to be chasing Murray cod on a fly rod. It's only really just kind of kicked in now. Not that it's never been done, but I think it's not been done on my level. There's not guys out there filming it, and there's certainly no one out there crazy enough carrying their 2.5, 3-year-old kid up the river on a chest now.
Yeah, totally.
Murray cod either.
So it is a scene, like people are fishing Murray cod, but like you've gotten really, really into it. Like it's kind of your bread and butter.
So yeah, basically, in our river systems here, like we have trout. So say the river that we have here, the Ovens King, the higher you go up, the closer you get to catching trout. But the lower you come down, it starts becoming Murray cod territory. So they are still up there, but they start to thin out a bit more. So obviously the trout have more of a chance, where they have no chance down here. Like if anything comes anywhere near Murray cod, they get eaten.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, they're just like, as I said, they're Australia's largest freshwater fish, exclusive to us. Eat top water, eat everything. They eat ducks, big birds. Yeah, like everyone says, oh, you need to throw little lures like this big. No, you can throw a lure like that big.
Oh, man, like a muskie fly up here. That's crazy.
100%. So muskie fishing for you guys, pretty much, it mends really well with Murray cod here. So most of my flies that I throw basically are imitation of musky flies. Yeah, so something like between 30 to 50 centimeters I throw.
Okay, that's amazing. That's so crazy. I just want to, just before we really get too much into the nitty gritty, I just want to get a little bit of background about like, what's your guiding business called, and how'd you get into maybe guiding a little bit, and then we can like go deep dive into gear and flies and the fish and all that good stuff. Yeah.
I'll probably jump the gun there.
No. You're excited. I'm excited. I want to talk about that, but just so like the people listening know who the fuck you are. And for me too, actually, man. Too. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, maybe we should rewind it a little bit. So obviously, you guys know who I am.
Yeah.
Obviously, my name is Andy. Andy's Native Flies is my fly fishing page. That's where I do all my fly tying and all that kind of thing. I've been fly fishing for Murray cod all my life, basically. there's not really much else that I chase because, I mean, once you start chasing Murray cod, you just everything else doesn't matter because they just hit like a Mack truck. And even though the fight isn't amazing, like they can fight. It depends on the size of them, obviously. When you catch a fish over a metre long, then you fight more the weight and the power of the fish, not so much their stamina. They can give up straight away, but if they give up straight away, good luck trying to handle one because they are as green as and they rip the crap out of your hands. And like, if you ever watch some of my videos, I'll be covered in blood because they just tear the crap out of it. I mean, I could be smart and wear a glove, but let's face it, I'm not smart. I like to feel those teeth digging into my hand, and it gives me a good memory for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, guiding. So the guiding business itself isn't actually mine. I was reached. So the gentleman that owns this guiding business is affiliated with Manic Tackle and all that jazz. And he reached out to me seeing my videos on social media, Instagram and all that, and as you guys have seen, just peppered with videos of top water Murray cod and all that jazz. And he reached out and asked, he goes, "Hey man, you interested in guiding for Murray cod on fly?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? Let's do it." So here I am. I think I've been doing it. I haven't been doing it for very long. I'm very fresh in the scene of guiding. And yeah, here I am, probably a few months in and guiding Murray cod. I do trout as well, obviously, but my bread and butter's cod.
So it's a pretty big trout scene there too, eh?
Oh, huge. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone loves trout fishing here. The last couple of seasons have been pretty rough. Yeah, we don't, I think I can only really put it down. This happens every once in a while where we just don't get enough rain and the rivers get really low, and obviously trout don't like warm water, so they kind of disappear. The cormorants give them a pretty hard time too. But,
the low water and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So how you liking guiding so far? Been a couple months. Are you enjoying it?
Oh, mate, I love it. So when we say like I've been guiding, like I've got mates that have never caught Murray cod and all that kind of thing. So I've been taking friends, like, people that I know, fishing for Murray cod for like a lot of years. So guiding for me, pretty much, I kind of really I blended into it because I've already done all that kind of style of fishing anyway. But it is a little different because at the end of the day, when you take your mates out, there's no expectations. There's no pressure or anything like that. But when you're guiding and someone is paying you to help them catch a fish that's a fish of 1,000 casts,
really? It is.
Like literally no guarantees that you're going to catch a fish. Like when people go think, like when you look at trout fishing, you go out and to catch a dozen trout is that's a good day. If you catch one Murray cod, that's a great day.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it really is like musky fishing because that's exactly like musky fishing for us,
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
It's exactly what it is. And like you guys, like musky, get over a meter. It's pretty much exactly the same.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
But
okay, so guide, recent guide, but you've been fishing these things for a long, long time. Murray cod have totally hooked you in a way that it hasn't for a lot of anglers. What's the biggest Murray cod you've landed? Like, what's your best?
Me personally, mine is over $1.25. So we go by centimeters here. I don't know what you guys go by.
Well, we're on the metric system. I think only the Yanks are the only people that don't use the metric system.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. So it was 125 centimeters. So like absolutely. I think the photo is on my Instagram. I posted
it's like almost
video.
a 50-inch fish.
It's a huge fish.
It's a huge fish.
So the video I recently reposted only a few days ago of it eating a surface lure. It's a big throbber, so it's not that color. It's like this thing here.
Yeah.
So you basically just cast it, and it just swims on top of the water, and explode on it because they're an implosive eater, so they just kind of like suck it in and then just kind of. Sometimes they'll just suck it in and go straight under, which is like a massive explosion. But then when they really are fired up, they'll launch out of the water and eat it.
That's so cool.
So their full body will just come out of the water and they'll full slap. And it's just like a bus hitting the water.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, we've kind of started like with a little bit of this at the beginning of the
I was
show,
just going to say, Mitch. Yeah.
Like, why don't we talk now about like what is a Murray cod? A lot of people don't necessarily know what that is. We don't have them up here. People see them online and stuff like that. But like, what is it and why is it a unique freshwater predator?
So they're part of the groper family. So you guys get Goliath groper. Is that correct?
In the salts, yeah, like down south, we'll get those, or like in Florida.
It's basically a Goliath groper in freshwater.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
And they get as big as that.
Oh, that's so interesting. It's the same family. That's so cool.
Yeah, the same family. So they the only difference is they're not saltwater, they're freshwater, and that's what makes them so unique to us. Is that the fact we have a fish that comes from saltwater that lives in freshwater. So they're related to. They're in that family, which is pretty amazing.
Okay, and how big can they get? Like, is your personal best like kind of as big as they come, or like what's the biggest people have got?
So to get them over 120 centimeters is like that's the goal. But they grow over 130. Like to get one,
north of 50 inch.
Yeah,
inches. Yeah.
To get them over that size, it's like the Holy Grail. So I think the biggest I've heard of, and you hear stories, you know what fishermen are like. Unless you see it on a brag mat or something like that, you can't. Sorry, mate. Yeah, so unless you see a photo of a brag mat, like the biggest I've heard is like 140.
Okay.
And they grow like to catch a 100-pounder is where it's at, and generally that's going to be like nearly a meter 30 anyway. So they're not. So
like that's a thing too. Like length, but their weight is insane. Like these things are heavy.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm talking about. Like when I'm trying to get you guys to picture a Goliath groper in freshwater, like you can't. You struggle to pick those things up.
That's so nuts, man. How much did yours weigh? Your best?
So we obviously, because we don't like to hurt the fish, we don't, unless you have one of those big bags with the scales and stuff on it, which I don't, you don't really know. So to have a guess, it's really hard. I'm going to say, 70, 80 pounds.
That's so crazy, man. Like it looks like that for sure. Like it's just so wild how much mass they accumulate. Like they're such hardy fish. It's crazy.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty crazy fish.
Where do they live? Like what's the kind of river ecosystems and
so
are they just in rivers and they're lakes too?
Yeah, so there's lakes and rivers. So we have what probably one of the best impoundments at the moment is Lake Eildon. So if you see me on my boat, that's probably most likely Lake Eildon, unless I'm like floating there down the river or something like that. I haven't done an extreme amount of fly fishing out of my boat because I much prefer to do it out of a raft or on foot. But a lot of the cod that we catch around in my area is all basically trio water, so it's all crystal clear.
Wow, cool!
You can see them come out of the snags, eat everything in front of you. It's just mental. Like when you talk top water fishing, it's equally as exciting because you can actually see the fish, and especially when they're a good size, like getting close to that meter mark, and they come out of the, like, as I've mentioned in the story I wrote you guys, coming out of the shadows to eat your lure in full sun is just ridiculous. And obviously I capture all that on my GoPro and stuff, and people love that stuff.
For sure.
I love that stuff. I'm probably my own biggest fan. I watch my videos about 1,000 times over.
Aren't we all?
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so funny. So you're looking for just kind of like overgrown, like kind of, structure and stuff like that, like weeds, logs.
Yeah. Most of the time, we don't really have much in the way of weed, but you're pretty much just looking for structure, anywhere they can hide, anywhere where it's dark. So you'll see crystal clear water, and then there'll be just like a dark pocket. That's kind of what you want to cast at, because at the end of the day, they can be hiding in some of the most craziest places. Like you think, there's not going to be one there, and then you'll cast at it. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And then all of a sudden it'll just come out of the shadows, and you're like, oh, there it comes, and you keep stripping, and it was bam. And you just feel that big slack yank in the fly line, and you're on.
It's wild,
and
man.
obviously because there's so much they weigh as well, and their power to fight on a fly rod is just ridiculous. Which is probably what I'm most addicted to now. Like I've been fly fishing all my life. I don't know why it took me so long to start fly fishing for Murray cod. But yeah, it's definitely put my name out there. Let's just say that. Yeah.
It's cool, man. So what kind of like gear are you using? Like let's go into that a little bit, because you were mentioning like on a fly rod, like what is the setup?
So my setup, I'm using a Primal Mega Triple C from Manic in a 10 weight. I have 2 sets of lines. I have a cold salt floating line, so it's better in like cold water and stuff, not like tropical weather. Because as you know, when your line starts getting real cold, it'll go all stiff and crappy. Where this stuff handles it a bit better. And then I also run an intermediate cold salt, which is just sinking tip. Just because it's not overly deep in a lot of places here, so you don't need to. There's no need to have full sinking. But on those, I'm basically running. I haven't even got any flies kind of hanging around, but I'll just use one of these things because these things are pretty popular here at the moment. Something like that.
Okay.
So it's about that size.
Oh yeah, it's
so
exactly like a musky fly.
Yeah, so I'll basically use something like that. Or these guys. So as you guys, live scope's pretty popular. Not my. I mean, I have one, but it's not my preferred method. I much prefer to hunt. But yeah, they're heaps popular, and the cod love them. Obviously, something different. Yeah.
But, so like, what kind of stuff are they eating? Like, they're eating like just anything, like a bird, basically anything.
Anything that'll come near them, they'll have a crack at. I mean, these things will pretty much go as crazy as like eating golf balls, cans, anything. So that's why it's like really important that a lot of people don't throw their rubbish in the water, because we'll eat it.
Cod will just go at it.
Yeah, in saying that, they can be bloody fussy too.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'll throw a lure at a fish and it'll just ignore it, or it'll reject it, or they can be fussy. But when they're hungry, they will eat anything.
Because that's what you're saying, right? 10,000 cast fish, like you can go a whole day and maybe not catch a fish. Like, so they do reject.
Yeah, I have gone a whole month without catching fish.
Wow.
Oh, that's so interesting.
What is it that shuts them off? Do you know?
Weather. It's to be honest, it's really hard to tell what turns them off. Like, you know what, you kind of feel. I go by feel. So I can walk outside and go, yeah, I reckon they should be on today. But like and then there are days where it's just like, nah, it's too hot, or it's too cold.
Right.
It literally sounds like musky fishing. I can't believe the crossovers. Like, that's how musky people are too.
I'm going to say musky and Murray cod are basically very much the same.
Have you, like, because, you know, the more that we musky fish, the more we learn about musky or talk to people about musky. You know, there's always that talk about the major and the minor, like the moon rise and the moon set. You know, is that something that Murray cod anglers like have started discussing at all, or maybe not so much?
Started discussing like the difference between musky and Murray cod, or
they're musky anglers and I'm starting to become convinced that during certain moon phases, musky are more active, 100%. Even throughout the day.
100%.
So is that?
That is.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I'm a big believer on the moon. Always have been. So I like to always say that basically from a half moon to an oncoming new moon is the best time, and then maybe a couple of days after the offcoming moon. But generally on the offcoming moon, in my opinion, in my experience, they kind of start to shut down a bit. But yeah, not always the case. Like everything, like as you fellas know, when you think you know everything, they prove you wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's what the muskie people always say to me. Like, we fish with muskie experts, and they're like, "No, we can't go out unless the moon is doing this." And they're like, "But it's not. So let's go out anyways because we probably will get one anyway." I'm like, "Well, what the hell's the science here? You guys are all over the place."
100%.
Yeah.
Like you can. I've say a big thing I say in guiding all the time is when you think you know everything, you don't. And the amount of times I've been proven wrong. Like I had a client not long ago. He was casting a fly, very good cast. I was very fortunate to get it's always lovely to have a new person to Murray Cod that's good at casting a 10 weight. And he cast. Sure. I was telling him where to cast. I got all this on video too. I just haven't posted it yet. I told him where to cast and didn't quite. He ended up getting hooked up in the snag and he got it off, which was great. And then he put it back in there again, but he didn't quite get anywhere near the snag, and it was really shallow. And from my point of view, I could see everything. And I said, not quite where you want to be, mate. You want to be kind of this side of those shrubby bushes. And then just as I said that, it just went boom, exploded off the top of the water in front of him, and I was like, oh, well, there you go. Here I am talking rubbish, trying to make them sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
He's obviously come from the snag and come all the way out, listening to the popper and eating it. So, I mean,
it was on a popper too, eh?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so like a little frog popper head with just a few feathers coming off the back. Good fly.
So is it like really common to be catching cod, Murray cod on poppers, or are you always fishing a streamer?
Yeah. They will eat anything that runs across the surface, really. Snakes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. What's some, like, now that you're a guide too, and you've been fishing with friends and stuff like that for a long time, what's like some of the mistakes you see people make when they're new to Murray cod? Like, what are the things to avoid?
So things, especially with fly fishing. So with fly fishing, a lot of people like to do like the whole trout strike thing. They'll lift the rod up.
Yeah.
Especially when you're surface fishing, because when they grab the fly, you kind of want to tuck it in under your armpit and just kind of keep that tension really tight. Where a lot of guys that come to me now that have never caught Murray cod before, they're obviously trout fishermen. They'll be sitting there, they'll fly fish, and then the cod will eat the lure off eat the fly off the surface, and they'll lift their rod as if they're trout fishing to strike. You just pull the fly straight out of their mouth.
Because it's like a big toilet, right? When they eat, they're just kind of like pulling it in.
Because they're an explosive eater, they just kind of like suck it in.
So
which
cool.
What's so fantastic about flies, because they're so light and buoyant in the water, they just kind of straight in their mouth. So technically,
are you using like steel leaders and stuff? Like, because you're mentioning like their teeth are okay.
So I run 40-pound leader, so it's just fluorocarbon, 40-pound fluoro straight through.
Okay.
And then when I'm chasing real big Murray cod, like in the river, so say the Murray River here, which is our largest river, I'll run 80, just because they will brick you in snags. They'll use that current to their advantage and just brick you. So when I'm obviously when I'm running the big river, I'll run heavier leader, more just because of the point they can get you snagged, and you want to make sure you can, get them out really. Especially when you put that many casts into a fish, like when we talk about thousands of casts for one fish, you want to make sure that bite stays on. Like, you don't want to put all that time in and have the fish come off because you're running a leader, or your hooks aren't up to the gear, and you want to make sure it's all perfect. And if nothing's perfect, you can't, and you're going to blame your gear. But if it's all correct, like say if I'm running 80-pound leader, massive lures, massive flies, everything's correct, and I hook up and I lose a fish, well, I can't blame my gear. I can only blame myself, or it just wasn't meant to be. And that's what I tell everyone. Everyone's like, oh, I lost his fish. I was using this. Like, I was using all the right gear. I'm like, well, it just wasn't meant to be, mate. There's nothing that you can do. The fish is either going to stay on or it's going to come off. Or, like, if you're an inexperienced angler, like, there's not really much you can do. It just happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Murray cod, like pressure wise, like, are they like a pretty dominant species, or do they get like, are they kind of like, there's a lot of pressure on them? Are they kind of like a protected species? You know what I mean?
They are a protected species, so they have a slot limit. For a long time there, they were pretty on the brink of extinction.
Wow.
Just because back in the day, the old timers, they used to take them out of the river, like commercial fishing and all that kind of stuff, and they don't handle that. They don't handle that kind of pressure. But now with everyone becoming more aware of, you know, fish handling and all that kind of stuff, looking after them. So that's what I said about to you guys about before, about looking after fish. We really look after them. We now have a slot limit where there never used to be. So you used to be able to keep a meter fish. I've got a couple hanging on my wall, which would be worth a fortune now because you can't do that anymore. Like it's highly illegal. But obviously, I grew up in the times where you could still do that. And obviously I've been catching them my whole life, so it was always going to happen, wasn't it? They are a threatened species, but with the fish management, so what would you guys have over there in the way of fish management? Would you call it a fishing game?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like
conservation officers,
ministry, natural resources.
So basically exactly what we have here. So, which I do a lot of work with what we call the Victorian fisheries, and do a lot of releasing of fish. So we have two different types of, well, you could almost say three, of cod. So we have what we call a trout cod, which is like really, all right, Tommy, which is really light in colour. It's like a blue colour. They have an overhooked lip, and they kind of have that trout-like look, and they grow just as large as Murray cod. But they hit like an absolute freight train. Like they pull way harder, hit harder, have more cinema. To catch a meter, I don't think I've ever heard of anyone catching one of them in a meter, but they were basically same thing, on the brink of extinction, and are only really now just kind of coming back. But that's because of all the fantastic work that the Victorian fisheries do by doing, you know, releasing of fish, all that kind of thing. So I've been a part of myself, two separate occasions where I've released over 30,000 trout cod into the river system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so in my own, I've released 60,000 just on my own.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh my God, it's unreal.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah. So we do so there's a lot of that going on. So the Victorian fisheries do a lot of fish release, which have brought back numbers.
Awesome. Would you say that you're, hopeful for the future of that fishery and the fish in general?
100%.
Oh, amazing.
The numbers now, even itself, like, so meter plus fish now, are more prominent than what they used to be, just because they got absolutely hammered, harvested for food, all that kind of thing. Which, I mean, I grew up eating Murray cod, because I mean, back in the day when I was growing up, fish was just food. I didn't really look at them as a sport fish. Same as, like, I do a lot of deer hunting and stuff as well. It's the same thing. It's all food. But now we have, in this day and age, we have a really healthy respect for the fish because we know how vulnerable they are. Even though they're the apex predator, they are still extremely vulnerable, and mainly just vulnerable to us, nothing else. Like
yeah.
everything.
So catch and release is just like crucial, and obviously, and that's kind of what people are doing. Yeah,
it's actually very frowned upon for anyone to catch Murray cod. Yeah, I mean, people do, and I'm not opposed as long as it's within the slot limits. So the slot limit here is 55 centimeters to 75 centimeters. 75 centimeters is a massive fish. In my opinion, it's really not necessary to keep a fish that big. But that's the slot limit, which is great. At least we have one. But yeah, they get really well looked after. Yeah, it's good to see.
That's cool. Oh, absolutely, man. Do you have any crazy, Murray cod stories that stand out from over the years? Like anything that just would get people super stoked to come and try it?
Dude, if you haven't tried Murray cod fishing, you have to come and try it. Like, if any of you guys ever come to Australia to catch Murray cod, hit me up. Like, come catch Murray cod. Seriously, you'll never want to go back home again. Musky fishing will be up for beers. No, I'm joking. Musky fishing would be sick.
Yeah.
But do I have a standout story?
Yeah, what's your favorite Murray cod story?
God, dude, I have a billion. Probably my most favorite is my 2 meteries and kind of a 20-minute session. So I was throwing a surface lure, and I got smashed off the surface by 1 metery, and I'd gone nearly a whole morning without catching a fish. Actually, I'd gone a few days without catching a fish. And I caught one. I just kind of timed it perfectly, caught one off the surface, and then I was like, fantastic. I was really happy with it. Let the fish go, and then moved probably I smashed the bib on it, so I changed to another rod, but it had a similar lure on it. And then kind of drifted another, 50 to 100 meters, and I got a 120, which was an absolute behemoth. Now, I would probably say that fish was well up to 80 pound for sure. It was absolutely huge. Had a head on it. I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook, but there's my profile pic is me holding that fish, and when I'm holding it, its head was probably like that round kind of thing. Like, it was just
crazy.
Yeah, massive fish. That's probably my most memorable one. And I absolutely carried on like a pork chop with excitement. And everyone laughs at that. Everyone laughs at that video because the lure that I was using at the time is what we call a throbber. So it's basically that lure, but it's the color of a penis. Just because my
that's a hilarious name for that's a hilarious name.
Yeah, well, it's a penis lure, so it's called the throbber. From Ballista Lures. So you guys actually have Ballista Lures over there, I'm pretty sure. I'm not real sure, but anyway. But yeah, it's one of my favourite lures, and I keep that lure pretty close. If I ever get it snagged, I go swimming for it every time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But back to fly fishing. Probably my favourite one for fly fishing was my very first. I know it's not my first actually. It would have been up there with one of my first cod off the surface. So I was using what they call a deer hair diver, which you guys would know. And I was pretty much just smashing that across the top. And because the river was flowing really fast, I was kind of pushing it into a snag. Anyway, I ripped it back to go put another cast in, and as I was ripping it back, he grabbed it off the surface as it was skipping along the top of the water on my back cast. And it was just explosive. Like, it wasn't a huge fish. It would have been about 60 centimeters, which is a nice fish. It's a nice fish.
Totally.
But it just absolutely launched out of the water to get this fly. And the fly wasn't barely even touching the water. I think it skipped the water like 2 or 3 times as I went to go back cast. Yeah, just crazy. And that video is on my social media as well, obviously. But yeah.
It's wild, man. That's so sick. Yeah, they sound like incredible fish. If you could leave people with kind of a takeaway for, just in general, should people get into this? Should they be, kind of hesitant about getting into it? Like, what would you leave people with if they're thinking about Murray cod?
Maybe even people who already fly fish in Australia who are like, Murray cod, because we grew up fishing pike and muskie, and all the trout fishermen were like, what are you guys doing? And now, it's definitely caught on. Obviously, gear over time, got better. 10 weights, fly design, fly lines were, obviously that's, a big help in growing pike and muskie fishing. But maybe I don't know. Is the attitude like good? And if not, can we change it for Murray cod?
So if we're gonna I'm gonna put Murray cod and pike and muskie and stuff in the same category just because of how tough they are. So a lot of the people that I get don't realize how hard these fish are to catch. As I said earlier in the conversation, everyone thinks that they're just going to go out and they're going to catch, a dozen fish. They soon realize, especially after using 5 weights and 4 weights and 6 weights, they don't realize how heavy the rod is, how heavy the line is, how heavy the fly is. And obviously, the bigger the fly, the harder it's going to be to cast. And look, I'm not going to lie, I don't use a small fly because I'm all about, trying to get that eat. And obviously, the bigger the fly, the better chance you have because Murray cod aren't going to waste their energy on eating peanuts. Although they do, it's not uncommon. One thing that people don't realise is how tough it is. As again, you put 1,000 casts in, but getting that one bite, that fish that hits like a Mack truck, is worth it. Like you can not replace that feeling. And every client I've had has been, doesn't matter how excited or how plain their sense of humour is, they always explode with enjoyment because of how tough, they realise how tough it is. And then when they finally get one, it is the best feeling ever because they are one of the most spectacular fish you'll ever come across. As That's you guys see, they're beautiful in colour, beautiful in size. They are our apex predator in freshwater. They are truly an amazing fish.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
I love it. Well, we've got 5 more questions to ask you that are kind of just like more related to your fishing life. The first one, I feel like I know the answer after all of that, but it's what is your favorite fish and why? If you had to pick a favorite fish, what would it be? Is it the Murray cod? Maybe it's not.
My favorite in freshwater.
Anything.
My favorite fish by far. If I never had to fish for anything but this fish, it would be Murray cod.
Mm.
I have so many favorite fish, but my favorite fish in saltwater would be yellowtail kingfish. But
yeah, like what's that? Yeah, I mean, we didn't even get to talk about any other Australia fishing, but like, what's that experience like?
Kingfish. So, have you always watched much on New Zealand and all that kind of stuff?
A little bit, but not that much.
Not much.
They catch they're like massive, like over a meter long fish, and they're like a greenish with like a yellow tail. They catch them with like stick baits and all that kind of thing. I'm obviously not that talented when it comes to catching fish on stick baits. To be honest, I never really tried. When I go chasing fish in saltwater, I always use live bait or whatever, soft plastics. But yeah, they're probably my favourite fish in saltwater. But if I only had to pick one fish, it would be Murray cod for sure. Yeah. There is nothing.
I love it.
Nothing like them in the world. Barramundi, which is another fish that you guys know about. Yeah. So they are very, very, very similar to Murray cod. I would say in the way of gear and technique, I would say basically exactly the same. They're cool. Explosive eater. They grow just as big, live in saltwater and fresh. But their stamina is ridiculous. Like they jump out of the water. They're like a tarpon, really, for you guys. Like I don't think tarpon go in freshwater, but do
they? They'll go into like brackish water,
maybe.
Right? But no, definitely salt. We fished them in the salt down in like Florida and that kind of Belize. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so they do come in freshwater here, like lagoons and all that kind of thing.
And
anywhere like there where there's saltwater crocodiles and all that kind of stuff, which is obviously right at the top of Australia, where I'm down in the south, so we don't get crocodiles here, fortunately. Otherwise, I would have been eaten a long time ago. But like they are definitely another fish that's on my list because, like Murray cod, they are incredible and are unique to us.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah. No, What was the next question, Legends? You said 5.
We've got 5 on the next one.
We ask every guest on the show these exact same 5 questions. We have been doing that for like 10
for
years.
So long.
Yeah.
The next one's if you could fish anywhere in the world, assuming it's gonna be the best fishing trip of your life, where would you go and why?
Oh God. That could.
We're just assuming that it's the best. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
I would love, and this is not undoable either for me.
Yeah,
is to go to Papua New Guinea.
Oh, true, man.
Okay.
Why? Like, what would that be?
Because that's not that far away. Because they have black bass.
Oh man.
Big barramundi, like huge barramundi. Like that would be the place I would go for sure. So I've heard, like I've never been there, but I've heard stories of that place. But it's not a safe.
It's crazy.
Apparently, it's pretty dangerous to go there. So.
Oh really? Yeah. Not an easy place to travel, but the fishing could be crazy.
Absolutely, and obviously that's why the fishing is crazy because it's
right. It's like nobody's fishing.
There's no one else fishing there except for probably the local. They just spearfish, really.
Yeah.
It's
cool, man. That'd be wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a good one. I mean, we never heard that before, so it's a totally fresh answer. So there you go. Number 3 is, what is one of your favorite fishing memories? If you had to pick a favorite fishing memory, what would it be?
God, man. My favorite fishing memory?
Yep.
Would be my son's first murray cod.
Yes. Oh, nice. I was kind of really hoping that would be something. that would be the case.
I got him into using a bait caster and all that jazz. And we walked the rivers here, and his first murray cod is probably my best memory because obviously myself growing up here catching murray cod, that basically it brought me back to my first time catching murray cod. And
for sure,
I'd love to see our kids catch fish. Like anyone that says, "Oh, I don't like to see my kid catch fish," something wrong with them. Anyway,
would be pretty insane.
Yeah, it's awesome
thing to say. Imagine you're like, nah, I don't think I want my kids.
Especially a murray cod too. Like that sounds like such a cool fish.
Like any fish.
So
really.
How did he catch it?
So his was caught on a subsurface lure. So what we call a stump jumper here. That was on his first, which my mother bought for him.
Oh, cool.
Because obviously my parents know me well enough. They know exactly what I use half the time. We grew up using stump jumpers. They're like a pretty old school lure now, but that was something that was pretty awesome. I remember his first one he ever hooked up, he cried, which made me so happy because I knew that he was addicted to it, myself. So it was pretty awesome. So I said to him, I remember just hugging him, and I turned the camera off too, which sucked. I wish I kept recording because he was crying because he lost his fish. And I remember just laughing and hugging him, and I'm like, it's all right, man. We've still got all the rest of the afternoon. It can happen again. And I think we caught another 3 after that. So
wow. That's a big day.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, number 4 is, why do you fly fish? Why do you keep going back out there?
So fly fishing. Obviously, so I don't know if you guys know blokes like, do you know many of the fishing celebrities in Australia?
Not really. Like we haven't done that much on Australia over the years. We had like
that's totally fine. So
I think we've done I think we did 1 or 2 shows.
I want to know more about it. So cool.
So we have like legends like Bushy, Rex Hunt, guys like that. Basically, guys that grew up watching. So let's just say guys you grew up watching. On the fishing scene were like huge. Rex probably one of them. Bushy was definitely one of them. Bushy was like the fly fishing guy that I mainly watched. So he made me want to get into fly fishing. And as like you guys read it before, I mowed lawns for a long time, saving $5 a pop, trying to save up money as a kid. and I bought my first fly fishing rod. So I started practicing and all that kind of thing every day after school, at school. And then if I wasn't at school, I spent most days on the river anyway. But I could fly fish, and obviously European carp here are a huge problem. So I used to just run like a little streamer, and they eat anything. So you just pop it in front of them, and they'll eat it, or they'll chase it down and eat it. So I practice heaps doing that. And then I just slowly I got addicted to it. Wanted to catch trout, because trout in my area at the time were like non-existent. Only certain times of the year you'd see trout come down, which is probably when it was like flooded or something like that. But even still, catching trout on a fly back then was tough, especially for a kid, because I didn't really have much of an idea. I just kind of knew how to cast. And then thinking about it now, I'm like, how good was my casting actually?
Totally.
But Murray cod was not on the cards at this point. I think I tried maybe once, twice. But you know what kids are like. Their attention span's not there. They don't want to put 1,000 casts in to catch a Murray cod. So I basically gave up on it. Continued doing that as a kid, and as a young teen and stuff. Moved around. Went saltwater fishing. That's when I fell in love with yellowtail kingfish in my probably teens. And then obviously in the past few years I picked up fly fishing, and I was like, why don't I start fly fishing with Murray cod? Because you don't hear about it very often. So that's when I bought flies from a few guys that were into fly fishing from Murray cod. And they're all pretty much just like little fellas. I don't think I've got anything here to show you, but they're all packed away in my bag. Like real small, like little down hair divers and stuff, and that was awesome. But then big Murray cod aren't really going to eat stuff like that. They will, but as again I said before, they're not going to waste their energy on a small bait. So you got to have something big. And I tried to get big flies, and I noticed that, like, over where you guys are, like, musky flies are huge. You guys are so far in front of us in the way of a lot of things, really. But, like, fly fishing is definitely one of them. Like, the amount of different styles, the amount of different types, like, you guys are so far in front in the way of fly fishing. So I basically just copied you. Got on the internet, and I was like, well, I'm just going to get into fly tying because I need big flies. And started tying big musky flies, and everyone here loved them so much. So I've gone from just wanting to tie flies for myself, now I'm tying flies for everyone.
There you go.
Yeah.
So is it just the thrill of it that keeps you coming back to fly fishing? Just like the overall.
There is nothing like it. When you have, like, I mean, I love catching trout on fly. Like, I'm one of those guys, I'm a dry dye person. Like, everyone's like, oh, you're going to run a dry drop. Nah, dry dye. I'm not
I love it.
Better dry fly. But, but when it comes to Murray cod, there is, again, nothing like it. It may be musky, but, like, how you guys have, I don't know, they're so similar. There's maybe just depth size, really. Like, you guys have the length in that. But when you have a fish come right up to the boat or right up to the bank and smash a fly in front of you and just rip all that slack out of the fly rod in that stretch, nothing like it. And the fight is heaps better. So I just have to say I'm addicted to it.
It's awesome, man.
So I just keep going back to it. And obviously it's given me a name of some sort because people love the content and it's getting bigger all the time. Now I've got guys going, I wanted to get into fly fishing from Murray cod. So in some way.
Yeah, well, I think people always latch on to people that are passionate about things, right? So like, and when it's it's authentic for you because it's it's like your native fish and it's in your backyard and, you're helping protect it and you take your son and it's exciting. So yeah, I mean, like, obviously it's always fun to watch a great fishing video, but when that excitement isn't manufactured, it's all the better, I think.
Yeah, and I think my excitement too, like, because I do carry on like an absolute pork chop and say ridiculous things.
I might have to steal that saying. Carry on like a pork chop.
Carry on like a pork chop. Yeah. Yeah, we have some pretty funny sayings here. Yeah, like people are just like, what is he saying? And they'll just laugh at me because I'm just making an absolute doofus out of myself.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't care, because if that makes me passionate about fishing, I don't care.
Yeah.
And obviously people love it because I keep getting good feedback and people keep following. So
there you go. Number 5 is, if you were a fly pattern, what would you be? What fly represents you best and why?
I would definitely be a topwater fly.
Yeah.
I would definitely be a topwater fly. I'm going to go the down here diver just because I love it that much.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's my favourite fly for sure.
Yeah.
And it was made by, my first one I got, I paid for off a guy called Jack Porter, Porter's Flies, here in Australia. Bloke is an artist. So he probably in somewhat way kind of influenced my passion for fly tying a little bit, because I'm like, I think I use more the artistic side of my brain because I'm shit ass at math, so I've got to be good at something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely would say the down here diver would be my would be me.
I love it, man. We never had that before.
No, awesome.
There you go. Totally fresh answer.
Yeah, love it,
brother. That's the show, man. That's the show. Thank you so much for coming on and chatting about MURRAY COD.
Thanks for reaching out,
dude. Of course.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, that was almost an hour right there, so it goes by pretty quick. But before we say goodbye, this is like your shameless plug time. Like, where can people find you? How can people book you? What's your Instagram handle? All that good stuff.
So, my social media is pretty straightforward, really. So it's Andrew Colston, so ANDREW, Colston, COLSTON, on Instagram and Facebook. I also have a YouTube channel, but I haven't put so much work into that as of late, just because I put so much work into everything else. And YouTube is a hard one to break into. Eventually I'll have to get back to it, but mostly Facebook and Instagram is my main one. That's where I post all my videos, all my photos. If you want to book a guide with me, and please, if you guys ever come to Australia, come and see me. You will
one day for sure.
You'll never want to go back home again. I'm telling you right now. Once you catch one of these fish,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Go see Wilderness Fly Fishing. Message them, email them. It's it's got a website and all that kind of jazz, and you'll talk to my boss, Scotty, absolute legend of a bloke, and he will hook you up with me.
Boom. There you go. We'll put all the links and stuff like that too in the show notes so people can find it easily. But
legend, appreciate that so much,
dude. Of course.
Honestly, awesome. My social media is probably blown up in the last probably 3 years because I've always kept myself a bit of a secret. Try not to let everyone know where I'm fishing and all that kind of stuff. You know what fishermen are like.
Yeah.
But with social media and stuff, you just can't do that anymore. Everyone bloody knows. So
yeah. Totally.
So I was just like, let it go.
Lean into it and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. And now all of a sudden I'm 4,000 on Instagram and like nearly 8,000 on Facebook. So it's not a huge amount. Everyone's probably going to laugh at me when they say that, but at the end of the day, it grows.
That's awesome.
It grows more every day.
Dude, yeah.
And I've only been doing this a couple of years, like as in social media. So yeah.
That rocks, man.
You guys seem to have found me.
We did, man. I was looking at those MURRAY COD. Like, that's the thing I got to do next. So I'll see you down in Australia next week, maybe.
Man.
Yeah.
Definitely, bro. For sure. Come down.
I love it, man. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, dude. Have a great night.
Guys,
I guess day for you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And there you go. A little splash into MURRAY COD. I think there's probably a lot to him. After that chat, Andrew was funny because he's messaging me like, "Oh, I could have said this and that." This is one of those things where he's just like started like post thinking about it. It's super cool to know that they're just basically muskie of Australia, like the crossover with the kind of fishing culture and also just like how you catch them and the temperament of the fish is similar to muskie. The flies you use, 10,000 casts, all that stuff. It's kind of cool.
It's super cool, and I was interesting learning that they're part of the grouper family.
Yeah,
I started doing a little online clicky clacky research after, and it's pretty wild. The family and genus that they're a part of. Yeah,
they're so big, it's insane, dude. Can you imagine those things were just swimming around in like, one of these bass lakes we go for? It's like we go to like a largie pond, and instead of catching like, a 2-pound largemouth, we catch like a 60-pound Murray cod.
Yeah, after we they're huge, they
dude.
get like obnoxiously huge.
Yeah, dude.
Wild.
If you're on YouTube,
like the tail looks just so crazy.
It's just a giant paddle.
I don't know if we mentioned this on the show, but of course they are not a cod.
That's crazy. No,
they like, if you're thinking Newfoundland cod, that's not what they look like.
Like imagine like, hey, you want to go just catch a couple of these this weekend? It'll eat us, man. It's like the size of Andrew, dude. Anyways, Andrew, thanks for coming on the show, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, Murray cod. There we go. We hope you guys enjoyed it out there, and everybody had a ball diving into maybe a different species. If you're, listener of our show, you maybe don't think that much about Australia fly fishing, but maybe it's time to.
Or maybe you're in Australia and you're hell bent on catching some of those trout, but maybe you should try and catch something that eats those trout.
Totally. Big time.
Imagine being a trout stalked into a Murray cod river.
Oh, God.
You're like, oh, this place looks nice.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I feel like that's Australia in general, though. Like, there are a multitude of vicious creatures down there.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get for sure. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's going on in our world here? As I mentioned at the top of the show, I got the next couple of days off. We're going ice fishing for 3 days straight. You're getting ready to go back to Belize there, aren't you?
You might notice this mound of luggage behind me here.
You're all packed and ready to go.
Yeah, I packed last night because I'm going. Well, if this is February 1st, so we'll already be down there. But we're recording this little intro outro January 29th.
Yeah,
and
Timbo, you and Timbo Slice.
Yeah, Tim has rented a house for an Airbnb for a month. He's going to come back.
He must be just jacked as hell.
He must be so jacked.
Just like, time to take a month off to go to Belize during like the coldest, shittiest winter we've ever had in years.
The snowiest winter.
Yeah.
Record single day snowfall in Toronto, 68 centimeters. 68.
That was insane, man. I've left Toronto recently, and I'd never seen snow like that hit Toronto. Years ago, we had some snow, but 60 centimeters is insane.
I've seen snow like this in Ottawa, but over a couple snowfalls. Never one snowfall.
Is everybody freaking out?
I mean, me and Bree and Adis, no. Like the
city's not designed for that though. Like they don't even have plows for the sidewalks and stuff. I remember a couple of years ago.
Well, they do in our neighborhood. I don't know. I've never been so. Actually, that's a really funny point that you bring up because I've never been so
snow.
I'm not gonna say impressed because it's like the bare minimum, but this neighborhood, your old neighborhood, they crushed it, man. Compared to where I was closer to downtown.
Dude, I remember years ago when we had all that snow, the bridge over the highway, the snow was up to the guardrails. People were just like walking. It was super dangerous. Like a little bit of wind and you're on the garter.
Well, unfortunately, that was the scenario, and 2 cars launched off an on-ramp.
Oh my God.
Or an exit ramp.
Okay, so there is some crazy stuff. Well, there is some crazy stuff happening because it is not really like a city that's designed for lots of snow, So it's like when that stuff
certainly
happens,
not in an 8-hour span. 68 centimeters in an 8-hour span.
You're hunkered down and you're cozy and you're,
Well, the dogs love the snow. So it's like...
I love winter.
It makes it really fun,
Having a proper winter is nice,
I have a Jeep. Bree has the Land Rover. Adis has the Subaru. Like we're everything's we're a 4-wheel drive household here.
Man. But Belize is going to be nice.
That's for sure. So yeah, I think my big goal for Belize, aside from because Josh is coming and Josh on the fly, he's saltwater fished before, but
he hasn't been to Belize, eh?
But mainly for tarpon in Florida and mainly conventional.
So not Belize, not fly fish Belize. He's gonna lose his mind.
No, he wants to. His big goal is he really wants to sight fish because we're mainly doing DIY. We've got one guide day book on the last day. He wants to sight fish a bonefish.
Oh,
and I'm like,
you could do that. He'll probably do that right away.
Hopefully, but my big goal personally, having this be my third time down, fourth time. I really want
second home.
I really want to land one of those fucking triggers.
Dude, yeah. They're so cool. They're so cool. I'd love that.
I really want to
really weirdly beautiful fish.
Yeah.
I remember standing in the wave a little deeper than I'd wanted to be and seeing it come by me like a football swim right by my leg. I was like, whoa, it was huge.
They're huge.
They're so cool, dude. Well, that's going to be a blast. Josh is going to lose his mind because he's a great angler and that's a great place to be a great angler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know what you're looking for and you know how to do it and stuff like that, you're just going to it's just endless opportunity. Those flats
I told him he's got to bring
sick.
back his Instagram and change it to Josh on the Flats.
Just for this week.
And
just post like crazy. And then
just
delete
post
the account.
5 times a day.
Yeah.
Delete the account.
Well, have fun.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah,
I feel good. I still have so many flies from last year. I was like, oh, I gotta tie all these. Oh, never mind.
You have so many flies. It's insane. You're always stressed about flies, but you've got like thousands of them.
I know.
Like, oh, God, I gotta get flies for the trip. Like, what do you mean?
I know. That's why I posted that video of all my fly boxes. I was like,
so many flies.
Problem.
You have so many flies. Yeah, you're made in the shade. You got tons. So you guys got a guide day on the last day, you said?
Yeah. So
you and Josh to go out?
Yeah. So Tim's staying the month.
Yeah.
Several friends are going down to stay with Tim. In and out. Theo.
Theo's gonna go.
Theo works at Drift Outfitters. He's an amazing angler. Mm-hmm. We've got to have him on the show one day. He's an amazing angler, and
I don't know how we haven't yet. I think we tried, and it just schedules things. So
an amazing tire too, and he's coming in on the 5th. We leave the 6th. So what we're gonna do?
Crossover day
is on the crossover day. Josh and I are gonna go out with Mikey SoFly. And then we're gonna stay in town. So we've got a little hotel room for the night.
Yeah.
And then that way we wake up and we get on the plane in the morning.
Easy.
So the idea is, that's how we're gonna rock the changeover day. On our last day we'll have a guide day, and which will be cool because then Josh will be able to see like those southern islands, like where Mikey.
Well, and then it's like your chances for good bonefish days. You're covered because you're going up north and you're going down, you're going to do both sort of ecosystems, so if you don't find the bones up, and if it's like last time, remember how you were like, first time you were there, it was Bonefish City where we were. Second time it was Permit Town. And then, but Ethan, our buddy, was down near the town and he's like, dude, it's bonefish heaven here. So it's like this whole, so maybe you're going to cover so much water. I mean, you guys are going to get into some fish.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's going to be like for that reason, because of like that first year, I was like, wow, there's so many bonefish. And the next year, I'm like, there are no bonefish, but there are. Every permit on Earth decided to show up.
Hey, is Brian there? Stillwater? Brian Still?
No, he went to Costa Rica.
But I thought he was going to Belize too this time of year.
I think he decided to go to Costa Rica.
Oh, okay.
And he caught those fucking rooster fish.
Oh, I know. It was amazing. It was so sick, dude. That's like my dream right there. I want to go do that.
Roosters from a kayak looked so fun.
So cool. But I was like, that would have been crazy if you guys were just all down there at the same time.
But Brian did actually. It's funny that you mentioned that. Brian gave Tim some of his old pins, and he's like, I don't know if these are good anymore because I haven't been in years, and they're developing. Like it's some pins that are closer to town. He's like, I don't know because they're developing and there never used to be developments there. So he's like, so I don't know, but so we might go closer to town one day just to switch things up.
Yeah. So cool.
And maybe go get a margarita.
And you're going to go up to Rocky Point.
Oh, for sure.
Get those trigs, man.
Get those triggers.
I saw probably 6 triggers in like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh yeah, there's a decent amount there.
And think about all the ones I missed, you know.
And remember remember when we first showed up and you saw, I didn't see it, but you saw like the school of like more juvenile fish, like in the super shallows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw some nice permit too. There was that one hanging around for quite a while, like right in that bay, like where it bends, and then you go up to Rocky Point. Like there was a nice cruise. I think we all took shots at it and just like beelined it out of the bay. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so fun. Well, I'm gonna go ice fishing and not catch anything. So, but I will have my Garmin Striker. I haven't caught anything, but I've just been fishing on Steph's Cottage Lake, and I've been out probably 5 times. And yeah, I've got to really figure out my my shit here. It's crazy because that lake, you know, you really see how the winter affects, you know, fish movements, because that lake, like that bay they're in. So they're on a, not a huge lake, but like a decent sized lake. And then there's this little bay they're in. That little bay is just like spring, summer, fall, just crazy teeming with life. You know, winter hits, and I think the fish go. I'm sort of working my way out. So every time I go fishing, I go from like, you know, I started really shallow where we did get a pike actually. Then it was like, you know, 10 feet, 20 feet the next time, 30 feet. And then I don't really want to go past 30 feet because there's smallmouth bass in there. And I don't want to, I'm total catch and release for ice fishing right now. And I don't want to, like, you know, barotrauma a smallmouth bass up from 30 feet. So I'm keeping it to 25 max, but now I'm going to go explore another point. But this weekend, what I'm going to do is try a couple different spots. I'm going to go fish around Ottawa. So I'm not going up to the lake this time, which is pretty much.
Are you just going to run little day trips?
Kind of thing? Yeah, I'm going to do a little day trip. So I'm doing Friday. I'm probably going to go out to Shirley's Bay here in Ottawa. Saturday, probably hit the Mississippi lake, that is. And then Sunday
I love hearing all these names again. It's like
Sunday, Braden.
You know what I mean?
Braden and I are thinking we're gonna go try a little trout lake, which could be really cool. So it's gonna be a nice fishy weekend, and if you know, I'll report back because I'm starting to lose my mind here. I'm not having much success catching fish, but my first year really getting back into ice fishing. So sit back, buckle up, and stay tuned for the next update because it's probably gonna be crazy. Imagine next week it's like, fuck, I haven't caught anything. I'm gonna freak out.
And I was like, we landed 3 fucking sharks, and you're like, what? You know, like, what I also hope?
Also, I haven't been using live minnows or bait, really. I've been trying to fish just like artificial spoons. So I've been really stacking the odds against me. But I'm going out this week. I am going to be fishing minnows hard.
And chumming with hot dogs.
I got like salted minnows. I'm just like, okay, I need to like launch a full scale ice fishing assault on the Ottawa Valley because like,
is your brother or your dad going with you, or are you just like
maybe Friday I'm fishing sole. I'm just gonna go out there and just like I'm gonna fish 200 lines. I'm breaking the law. I'm absolutely yeah. It's gonna be nuts.
I'm bringing dynamite. Fuck.
No, it's gonna be good though. It's been really fun just like ice fishing again, and I've been going out like the first time I went out was New Year's Eve.
Awesome.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, it's been really fun getting back into it. But okay, now I'm like, okay. I got everything dialed. The gear's good.
Imagine I got my spots. You catch a muskie through the ice.
It'd be cool. They're closed, but it'd be insane, you know? Like,
oh, they're closed. Shit. But imagine.
Possible. Yeah. I mean, it's extremely possible, especially I'm going to go to one spot where it's like pretty musky forward.
Or like, you know, that classic thing happens. You're like reeling up a perch and then boom.
Could happen, man. I'm gonna go to either Shirley's or somewhere else tomorrow. Try to get a nice Walter. And that other spot is a musky spot too. So I don't want to catch a muskie, but it would be very crazy. I want to catch a sturge. I was thinking of doing a little trip to Nipissing because I haven't been up there in a while.
Are you allowed to catch sturgeon as a non-Indigenous person?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I've just seen people catch sturgeon through Lake Nipissing in the winter, and they're like, I mean, whoa. Like as a bycatch, maybe?
As a bycatch, like, I don't think you can target them.
I don't think I would target them, but it'd be, talk about like pulling up something crazy. I mean, catching a sturgeon. I was thinking about the other day, like, oh my God.
I think I've mentioned this on this show before, especially when, you remember a couple years ago, we went and shot that stuff for North Bay, the Nipissing ice fishing stuff. Lake Nipissing, sturgeon, were slaughtered.
Yeah, we talked about that. They were like almost ran out, right?
They were almost, talk about the Murray cod being overfished. The Lake Nipissing sturgeon were overfished, not only for their oil.
Yeah, their eggs too.
But places like they'd be sent to their eggs, caviar, would be like faked.
Yeah, sent to like New York restaurants.
Sent to restaurants, 5-star restaurants in Manhattan. I just love the idea of some asshole ordering caviar in Manhattan in like 1930, being like, they brought this in all the way from Russia, and it's from North Bay. Like, I don't love it because it killed a beautiful fish, but I love. There's just like some like sort of like fuck you to this asshole. Caviar. Caviar's fine. I don't know. Like, if you eat caviar, it's fine.
I'm not.
You know what I mean?
Not really
it's exactly fine.
Yeah, I'm not a huge.
I definitely love like. I do love roe. Like, I'll eat roe, but like I'm
not a huge fan.
Like more so in, I would say, like Japanese cooking, like that kind of style of roe. Less so like that tarry kind of caviar.
I'm not. I'm an absolute slut for a good chicken tendy. Tell you that right now.
It's funny. We're having this talk. John Clip and I, Affinity Fish, February 11th. We were having this talk about where we had our first chicken tender. This is really going off the rails.
Where you had your first chicken tender?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Swiss Chalet.
Your first chicken finger of your life was at Swiss Chalet?
100%.
You remember the experience?
Brother, you don't... Do I remember my first tender?
I think my first tendy was out the box. It was like a Jane's, with ketchup on it when I was like 5 or something.
We weren't allowed a lot of junk food growing up.
Chicken tenders. Not like chicken. They're junk food. Whoa, whoa.
I know, but you know what I mean? Like,
really putting these chicken tendies.
Listen, man. No, I love chicken tenders.
Yeah.
But I just mean we were like, my parents were pretty strict about.
Yeah. Well, you eat sugar cereal on Christmas Day.
Exactly. That was
and you'd eat 3 boxes of it.
Yeah. And I'd pass out, die, and shit myself. But
Swiss Chalet kind of rocks.
But I remember like after a soccer game, my dad was like, okay, we're going to go to Swiss Chalet. Because probably he was like, fuck, I just want to go to these places.
Yeah, totally.
And I remember because
no.
Because like he was, they still had a smoking section.
Oh yeah.
My dad was fucking ripping darts at the table. And he's like, and I was like, I guess like at the chicken fingers. And then she was like, what sauce do you want with that? My dad's like, you want the plum sauce.
Yeah.
And I was like 9. And I was like, okay. And he's like hacking Demoriers and I'm dipping tendies in.
What a beautiful
sauce.
moment.
What a scene.
What a beautiful moment. Well, that's your first chicken tendy moment, and that's beautiful, Okay, well, I guess that's as good a place as any to end the show, eh?
Yeah, people are like, if you haven't fallen off yet at the like hour and a half mark, the chicken tender might have done it, or maybe it kept you for the last minute.
I think that a lot of people listen to this when they're like in the car, and they're probably now going like, you know what, I'm gonna get some friggin' chicken tendies for lunch, and I'll tell you the spot to go if you're absolutely no worries about anything, and you're just like, I'm gonna do it today. Head into Wendy's, 3-piece meal, honey must, medium fried and iced tea. Tell them Soulfly sent you.
If you do that, send us a picture on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Let's celebrate the chicken tender.
Let's celebrate the chicken tender.
That's funny. We should make a fly that looks like a little chicken tender and use for bass this summer. Maybe that could be our way into
all those people making flies that look like hamburgers and tacos. Well,
let's make a chicken tendy. The Soulfly chicken tendy.
It just ends up looking like an oversized squirmy worm.
Yeah, but it's like,
brown.
Yeah.
That brown shit. How would you make a chicken tender fly? You could do it. You could like a chicken tender fly. You could use, that like, I can't.
You could use like a chenille or something. Like
that's what I was going to say. Chenille. Like that, like the ruffled chenille?
Yeah. Kind of like those wriggly worm flies that are just like a, chenille.
Yeah.
But just chicken colored.
Or like you could stack EP fibers like some crab flies, Yeah.
And you could tie a little bit of like, like red or something like that on like at the eye, so it's like the plum sauce, dipped into the plum sauce.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Chicken tender. We're going to do it. Actually, if you're listening to this still.
Honestly, if you've tied chicken tender fly, I will send you a hat.
Yeah, we'll send you a hat.
We'll send you a Costa hat.
If you invent this fly we're talking about, the chicken tendy, the SoFly chicken tendy fly, you're getting some stuff. If it's good, and we'll be the judge. So send us a picture, info@sofly.ca, and you could win some stuff. There you go. The chicken tendy fly.
We'll send you, if anybody's listening to this and actually does that, you're getting a hat for sure.
Yeah. And maybe even a little sweet kiss.
And a gift card to Wendy's. I'll toss in a gift card to Wendy's. A hat and a gift card to Wendy's, so you can go get a tendy.
Like $50. No, like $400.
No. $25.
$25.
$400.
Like some insane amount of money.
We got to get a couple more sponsors if we want to do that.
Wendy's. Okay, there we go. That's another show. Thank you so much for listening, Andrew. Thanks for coming on, and yeah, thanks to the sponsors. Okay, welcome to the SoFly world. That's it for me, Mitch. Alden?
Yes, thanks, Andrew, for your time. I know it was the time difference is a bit crazy because that was like interrupting your morning routine with your son.
Yep.
But yeah, appreciate it, and yes, thanks to Hook A. It'd be awesome to spend a whole year working together, and I hope everybody has a great day.
We love you.
We love you.